What's up everyone, Bryson Price here, about to build my computer. Just thought I would let you in on the live stream. It might be a really long process, but let's get to it. Just got these parts today. Got the Z390 Designaire, a cooling fan. It's the Noctua UH12A. Got the i9 processor, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 850 watts power supply. Got the Sapphire Pulse Radeon 580 graphics card, and then the NVMe solid state hard drive, 1 terabyte. So about to get started here. I'm going to unpackage all this stuff right now. Alright, well let's get to unboxing. How are y'all doing tonight? It's gonna be a chore to unbox all this stuff. I got my up top camera filming too here. So I'm just unboxing this i9 processor. I've heard that these things are really fast. I've been saving up for a long time trying to get these parts. If you're watching right now, just drop a comment below. Let me know you're here. Say what's up. Has anyone ever built a computer before? I just saw a couple more people hopped in. How are y'all doing tonight? What's up? Having trouble opening this thing here. Opening up this i9 Intel processor right now. There we go. Finally got it open. It's crazy how this package is so big. The actual processor, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's really small. It's like that big. All that boxing for this little processor here. I'll put this to the side. It's also crazy how small hard drives have gotten. See how small that hard drive is? This is 1 terabyte. Now it's not like a traditional hard drive, it's an NVMe hard drive, so it looks more like RAM, but it's an actual hard drive and it's one of the fastest out there, so got that here. And the graphics card, I'm about to open this up. What's up, Manuel? How's it going, man? Glad you could join us. So this is the graphics card. It's the Sapphire Radeon RX 580. From what I understand, it's not the best out there, but it gets the job done for what I need, which is music production. If you just hopped in the live stream, drop a comment below. Let me know you're here. Say what's up. Let me know what you're up to tonight. For me, the baby just went to sleep, so now I get time to try to build this computer. So I just unboxed this graphics card. This thing is huge. Looks pretty nice though. What's up, Josiah? How's it going so much? How's it going, man? Yeah. You don't want to see how I was struggling with the processor box. That was horrible. It probably took me like 5 minutes to open that. I'm struggling with this. I don't build computers very often. The last time I built a computer was 10 years ago. So here's the motherboard. It's the Z390 Designaire. About to open this up. Ooh, that was easy. Got some different parts in here. I'm not sure exactly what all of them are for right at this moment, but I'm sure I will figure it out very soon. Colin, yes. Can you give me a box cutter? I got some scissors, but it's not very handy though. Josiah, I don't blame you for the CPU. They can be tricky. Yeah, that. I don't know if you saw before, but I'm getting this i9 processor, and this was like, man, they had this thing taped like crazy. I struggled to get that open. Hey Josiah, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, for real. Anytime somebody vibes with my music, I'm super thankful, because I'm just doing what I love, and sometimes I don't always see the reward for the music I create. Like, I put so much time into it, and I feel like sometimes I feel like it's for nothing, but I know it's to glorify God, but I just appreciate it. anytime somebody says they love my music. So thank you, man. Alright, so next one, I'm unboxing this power supply. It's 850 watts. Want to get in on the live stream? My wife was too shy to get in on the video. Here's the power supply here, 850 watts. I got this thing on Craigslist actually a while back. I got it for, I think I paid $60 for it, which is a pretty good price for this one. I'm not sure how you say this brand, but it looks like EVGA. And it's the 850 watt gold power supply, gold plus. I really don't know too much about computer parts. I just know a little bit about from when I was researching to build this, but I mean, I'm not super into tech, so I'm not an expert on this stuff. Yeah, EVGA. So what do you think? Is that a pretty good price? $60 for 850 watt gold? I got it on Craigslist off somebody. I felt like it was a good deal. I wasn't gonna go for 850, but I thought I found a pretty good deal on it, so I just went ahead and got the 850. Alright, next up, it's the fan, the NH-U12A fan. So we got a little, seems like accessory box here. And then we got the fan. I know a lot of people say they're not really, too keen on these colors. I wish it came in black. That would be a lot nicer. This doesn't really, I mean, I guess those colors can match with the black, but it kind of stands out with the other computer parts. I wish they would have made it a different color, or at least giving you an option to pick a different color of that. But, I mean, that's not too big of a deal. So here's the fan here. That will go on top of the processor. And I didn't know it came with two fans already. I thought it only came with one, so that's a bonus. For those of you just joining, I'm building a computer right now. I went to Micro Center this afternoon. Got these parts. I've been researching this for a while, so I mean it's finally coming into play. But yeah, I bought the parts today, and I'm just unboxing, and I'm gonna try to get as much of this computer put together as possible. Now, this is going to be a Hackintosh, so once I get these parts actually in there, I'm gonna have a lot of work to do on the software side of getting everything to work right. And I've joined a couple groups to troubleshoot with. So yeah, I built a computer about 10 years ago, but I've never done a Hackintosh, so this is going to be a lot different. So here's the accessories that came with the fan. I'm sure that this is just going to help screw the fan into the motherboard. I'll have to figure that out. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think I got all the boxes open. So this is my my case. I forgot the name of it. I think it was a Corsair Carbide 275, I think that's it. But I liked how it had the glass so you could see on the inside there. I got this off of I said Craigslist, but I meant Facebook Marketplace. I got this on Facebook Marketplace, and I got the power supply on Facebook Marketplace. I got this for, I think it was $45 on Facebook Marketplace. I got this for $60 on Facebook Marketplace. The RAM, I didn't have to unbox it, it just came like that. It's 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's Ballistics is the brand. I think that's the brand, Ballistics. And yeah, so it's two 16 gigabyte sticks. And I got a decent deal on this too on Amazon during Black Friday. I can't remember how much I paid for it. And then the 1 terabyte NVMe solid state hard drive, got this on Facebook Marketplace for, I think it was $150. I don't remember. It was something like that. I got a little bit of a discount on that one. Hey, what's up, Rich? How's it going, man? You like that case? Yeah, that was I don't know when you popped in, but yeah, I got this case on Facebook Marketplace for $45. And Josiah, he said, low-key kind of sad it's going to be a Hackintosh, but I don't blame you because you are a music producer. I've heard it's just easier for music producers. Yeah, so my first computer build, it was actually just a regular Windows computer, and it did great, but when I switched to Mac, everything just works better for music production on Mac. It's just crazy. And it's like those computers, they never age. I've had my laptop since 2014. Everything's running smooth still. It is getting to be a little bit slower just because, I mean, the computer's not slower, but I'm not able to run as many plugins now because the plugins over the years, they get more CPU intensive. Things like Serum, is super heavy on the computer. I didn't have Serum when I first started, so yeah, so, but I just like the way Mac works, I feel like they age better than Windows computers for some reason, so just thought I would go with that. Yeah, Colin, I'm building a Hackintosh, and it's gonna be a project. I know it's gonna be a project. And then Rich, you said, I don't think you saw it, but I sent you a message on Facebook. No, I haven't seen it, man. I will check it out. My messages get backed up on Facebook. I try not to just be in my messages all the time because like people are always sending me stuff and I would just spend the whole day responding. So I try to pick like one day out of the week where I'll just go through and respond to all of them. So if you send me something, I will get to it for sure, but it could be a couple of days or so. Alright, I'm about to open up this case here. Yeah, man, Facebook's getting more spammy too, so it's not just all people, hitting me up. It's groups and stuff that people have added me to, so sometimes I just ignore it and then I'll just check it, later. Can y'all see in there? Or, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me check the camera. If y'all want me to move the camera, I can move it directly over. I have one, I've got a phone up here filming from the top down. And then I might edit the footage later and repurpose it, but we'll see. So right now, I've got everything unboxed, and I'm going to put the motherboard, well, I think what I'm going to do first is, what should I do? Let me see. I think I'll start putting some of the parts on here. Actually, I'll put the motherboard in first. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Put the motherboard in first, and then I'll start adding the other stuff. For everybody watching, I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching this. I was not going to live stream this, and then I decided to because I was like, well, maybe some people would like to see unboxing and everything, because that's kind of exciting. It can be exciting. So I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching with me and hanging out. And just to be clear, I'm not like a super expert on this, so I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I know a little bit about this, but we'll see if I can do this. Putting the motherboard in right now. Hey Colin, you said don't forget the standoffs. Yeah, the standoffs are, I think the standoffs are already in there. That's just to keep the standoffs are to keep the motherboard from touching the case, right? And then Josiah, you said do the CPU, the RAM, and the cooler. Oh, okay. Hey Josiah, thank you for that tip, man. I'm over here doing it wrong, so let me do that. I think, for some reason, I think that's what I did last time, but I didn't remember that that's how I did it, so I'll go ahead and do that. See, I knew this was a good idea to live stream. Y'all telling me how to build this computer because I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay. Can y'all see this okay? I mean, if you want me to, I can move the camera, but I thought that was a pretty good view. Josiah, you said I'm gonna stick around. Actually, I need you, man. Don't go anywhere. Alright. So there was just a little plate that went over the place where the CPU goes, so I just took that off. And then I know they make it kind of convenient here. There's like a little arrow there's an arrow on the CPU, and that's supposed to match up with the arrow on the motherboard. Cool. Good to know the camera angle is good because it took me like 10 minutes to set it up and make sure everything was good. So I'm putting the processor on the motherboard right now. Looks like everything's good there. I'm always kind of scared to like put stuff in there like that, because the processor was so expensive. I always feel like I'm being too forceful with it. I think that went in pretty easy, but it just always makes me nervous when you're dealing with these delicate parts like that, especially if you don't do this every day. Like, the last time I did it was 10 years ago, so it's definitely not something I do all the time. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and try to, let me see how the fan is gonna fit on here. I believe you can put this fan on either way. Rich, you like this fan? This is the Noctua. I was thinking about going with water cooling, but everything I read said this was almost just as good and it was a little bit cheaper. So, yeah, the RAM. So, the other fan that I bought, it actually did not fit, and it went way over. It looks like this one is not cutting too much into the RAM, but I still feel like you're right. It's a good idea to try to get that RAM in there first. Now there is a certain way you're supposed to put in this RAM. It's either on slots one. I think it's either on slots 1 and 3, or 2 and 4. If I'm not mistaken. I think that information, Josiah, you might be able to clarify that for me. But I think I remember seeing it in the manual somewhere at one point, where they tell you where to put the RAM. I don't think you can put them in like side by side on the 1 and the 2 slot. I think they have to be, I think it has to be separated. Dual memory configuration. Let's see. Is that right? So it has to be on either 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. So actually what happened was I bought a lot of these same parts back in December because I had planned on building. Yeah, you'll find that in the manual. Yeah, I read the manual, and I read it because I bought these parts in December, and then I decided to not go through with the build because at that time I just didn't have enough time. Like, work was getting super busy, and I didn't have enough time before the warranty would expire, and I just wanted to make sure everything was right before the warranty expired. But now, obviously, we've got plenty of time on our hands, and I think I can finish this whole build in 15 days. I could probably finish everything in like a week, the configuration and building everything. So I figured now is a good time, just in case anything goes wrong with these parts, I could take them back. So in December, I had started putting this stuff together, and then I disassembled it and took it back to the store because I didn't think I'd have enough time. So that's why I know a little bit about what I'm doing, or else I would not be able to be on this live stream because I don't know, I'd have to be like watching YouTube videos and stuff. But even with that experience in December, I'm still kind of iffy, so I appreciate you being here and telling me that. Rich, you said 2 and 4 are usually reserved for dual channel? Okay, so I do have 2 sticks. Would that mean that it's best to, to do it to put these on the 2 and the 4? Is that what you're saying? Tell me otherwise, because I'm gonna put these on the 2 and the 4. If it's not supposed to go on the 2 and 4, let me know, and I'll change it. Cool. if you're just now tuning in, I'm building a computer here from scratch, got the parts and everything, and big thanks to Rich and Josiah, because they have been helping me a ton so far. Alright, so I got the RAM in there. Let's see. There's a couple of screws and things like that that will go with the fan here. So if I remember correctly from last time, these will point outwards and the screw on these will face up. But depending on which way the fan is, will depend on which way these things go. Would y'all say that there's a difference that Are we good now? Let's see. Yeah, I think my internet has been acting a fool today. I might need to get. Okay, cool. We're back. Thanks for telling me about that, man. I think everybody left except for y'all. So yeah, thanks for telling me. My internet has been wilding out today, guys. I'm just taking a quick look at this here. I think my motherboard is LGA20XX, but I'm just gonna make sure. Where's my motherboard box? Yeah, so I think the stream just cut out, but we're back now, building a computer here. Y'all are helping me out because I need it. I didn't know I needed it so much, but I do need it. So yeah, just trying to figure out exactly which category my motherboard fits in here. So yeah, Josiah, you're saying that this is how it's supposed to go, right? So right now, just trying to do some research and see exactly if my, I think I know which one it is, but just want to confirm. So there's a different set of I guess parts for different types of motherboards, and I think mine is a LGA20XX, but I'm just confirming on that. Oh, Josiah, you're saying rotate it 90 degrees? Like this? Is that what you're saying there? And yes, I do have the thermal paste here. They include that in the box. Noctua includes that. Okay, so I believe my motherboard is actually an LGA 115X. Hold on 1 second. Hey Josiah, you're saying, do I know which way the fans are blowing currently? I think it looks like the fans would blow out that way actually. So it looks like this part on the back here is sucking in the air and then this part's blowing it. So that, I mean, to me that would make sense because it would be blowing out the back of the computer. Is that how it's supposed to work? Hey, Iron Faith, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I'm building a computer here, and y'all are helping me out, especially Josiah and Rich are helping me out a ton. So, Josiah, you're saying, I think it's the other way around. So, let me give you a closer look here. So this, I had it like this, where this part was blowing out that way. Actually, I can't tell. I don't know which way is blowing and which way is sucking the air. So this is the front here. I had it pointed that way. I don't know if that's right. And then this is what the back looks like. So the Noctua logo is on this side. I had it pointing that way. I'm not sure. So I think what you said is I had it like this, and you said it's the other way around, so it should be like this here. I do have a video pulled up of this girl installing this. Iron Faith, yeah, man, the parts do look pretty cool. I can't wait till it's done. It's gonna look fantastic in my music room. It's gonna look awesome in there. I'm gonna bring this around so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So this is a video on YouTube of a girl installing the same thing that I have. So she also has, she's got the fans facing the way that we had it. I'm not sure which way she's gonna put this. Okay, so she has the logo facing this way. And that's also towards all the ports on the back and everything. So I think that's what I need to do, is have that facing that way. And I do think I've got to put a part on the back of this thing. Yeah, there's a back plate. I've got to get that back plate on there. Right now I'm just trying to confirm if my motherboard is the LGA 20XX or if it's the LGA 115X. I think it's the 115 because I do remember having to put this back plate on there. Let's see. Yeah, so it's the, the motherboard is an LGA 115 or 1151. So that means that I've got to follow this set of instructions here. Hey Josiah, yeah, I got the 9900K, that's right. And what's up, Ryan's World? How's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. I'm building this computer right now. I'm getting some help from y'all, which thank you, Josiah. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Colin. Thank you all for helping me. When I first thought about live streaming, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be giving me some tips. So the fans, I'm gonna go with what that video was showing. The girl in the video had and everything, but she had the logo pointing outwards towards the back of the computer. This here for all of this. You're saying anyone in the chat know about computers? Yeah, because I need it. Alright, so I figured out which one I'm going to follow. There's 3 different manuals in here, depending on what kind of motherboard you have. That's the manual you'll go with. So I found out, I just, did a search and found out which one my motherboard was. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back plate on here. It's just this little part here. Man, computer part, there are just so many different aspects to these computer parts. Like, if you get one thing wrong, I mean, you're just going to have to backtrack and figure out what happened. I guess that's how I perceive it, because I'm not used to building all this stuff. Like, I'll just do it because I have to, but it's not something I'm used to, for sure. Like, for example, there's this little part here, there's like one little notch that has to be pointing a certain direction because there's a screw here. So I'm just figured that out. I've got that in right now. The live stream's still good. It hasn't cut out again. So now that I got the back plate on, I just want to give y'all a peek. Like, so here's the manual I'm following here. I got the back plate on. Well, step one is removing the motherboard. So Josiah, you've recommended that I remove the motherboard. On here, it tells me that's the first step, remove the motherboard. The second step is to attach the back plate. So that's what I just did. And then the next step is install the mounting bars. So there's gray ones and there's white ones. I gotta figure out which one. I feel like the gray ones are the right ones, but I'm not 100% positive. They seem to be a little bit, they seem to fit a little bit tighter. Let's see if this is, no, that's A and D. Hey Rhino Squirrel, you said the order of items I remember from the build, the videos is the CPU, the RAM, and the cooler. Yes, that's right. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. I put the CPU in, I got the RAM in, and I'm now putting these fans, which is the cooler, on top of that. So Josiah, you said anyone know I don't know if you were talking about the stream quality is low or if you were talking to John Doe. I'm not sure exactly who you were talking to. Alright, so I got these plastic spacers in. I'm about to put the metal plates on there. So I think I got that fitted on there just right. And these metal plates, they do have to be facing outwards. So I got that. Oh, the live quality is low? Yeah, man, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I need to get new internet or what's going on. Alright, so I got the plates on there. Let me see if there's something I can do about the quality. If there's like a setting on my phone. Let me see. Let's see here. Oh, it's just you, it's not the stream. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was me, but because I've had a lot of problems with my internet today. Alright. Josiah, it's weird. On here, the reason why I had the perception that it didn't matter which way the fans went is because in the manual it just says you can either do this way or you can do this way. I wish they would go into like the benefits of one way versus the other in the manual. Like that would be super helpful. I'm glad they do tell you that the curved sides need to be pointing outwards. Okay. So now I gotta get the screws on there. Oh, I think these are the spacers I needed. Let's see. These might be the spacers I needed to put on there. I think I made the same mistake last time. Yeah, I think the black ones fit better. Yeah, I think I made this same exact mistake last time when I had put this on here. Rhinus World, you said, what case is that? So this case is I think it's the Carbide 275, Corsair Carbide 275 or something like that. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for a pretty good deal. I got it for $45, so not bad. And then it's got the glass, glass case that goes over that there. So that's the case that I've got going on. Thanks, man. It's gonna look awesome in my music room. I forgot, before I started I was gonna play some tunes, but I just totally forgot. I got into it here. So I got the proper screws in there. There's 2 different sets of screws that they give you here. You're listening to Lecrae too? Yeah, Get Back Right. That's a crazy song, man. Zaytoven. I don't know if y'all know about Zaytoven, but man, I used to listen to him a lot back in the day. He's a producer. If you don't know his work, and if you're into beats, look him up, man. He's got some crazy beats. Getting these screws in here. So basically this fan sits on top of the CPU here, but you have to screw these plates down in order to get everything to sit right. Alright, I need to grab a screwdriver real quick. I forgot mine. Alright, I got my tool set. I went out in the garage to get these tools, and my wife was installing these new car seats in her car. So we're both working on projects right now. Huh. I don't know where I put my screwdriver, y'all. spot after I was done with it, that's for sure. Since I don't know where my screwdriver is, I've got this one little part, so I'm using that to tighten it up. I don't feel like it needs to be too tight anyway. It's, hey, Rhinus World, you're saying, am I getting lighting to go in it? I don't know if any of these parts come with lighting. I might throw something in there later, but for right now, I don't know if you've seen my music room at all, but I've got some lights in there already. Um, yeah, drop a comment. Have you seen my music room and like the lamps that, I've got 2 lamps in there. Have you seen them? If not, I'll be more than willing to show you those and show you what that looks like. But they're like LED lamps that my friend Lucas built me. He, on social media, his name's In Viral Design. He does like lighting for shows and stuff, but when I got married, he gave me those as like a marriage present, and they're really cool. They're in my music room now. You haven't seen it, Josiah? But Rhinus World, you said you have seen it. I'll show you real quick. Let me just go turn the lights on and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to take this phone in there. I'm going to show you real quick. Alright, so I'm going to show you this real quick. So this is my room here. I got the microphone set up for live streaming. This is the lamp that my friend built for me. It's crazy. Like, there's different settings on here. He put these knobs on here, and look, when you turn that, it goes like super fast, but you can also make it hold on one color if you want to, like that. So sometimes I use this when I'm taking pictures, but yeah, right now it's just holding on that blue, and then you can change it. I like just like a slow, like gradual turning like that. These are different settings even. I forget what they do. So that holds it on a certain color too. And then this one makes the colors rotate, I think. Actually, no, that's not right. There's a different knob over here that changes those settings. I can't remember how to work my own lamp, guys. It's been forever. Anyway, you get the idea. That one is like that, and then, so right now where my computer is gonna go is right there. It's gonna go in that spot. And that lamp just, you can't change it, but it looks pretty cool. And right now I wanna get rid of that box, but I wanted that lamp to be at about that height, so the desktop will go right here, and then just, you know, that much will be cut off of the bottom, but it'll just kind of go over the computer. And then I got my keyboard over there, and this is where I'll be sitting. So yeah, this is my music room for those who haven't seen it. And then we got I got a little studio. Well, I just shoved a bunch of stuff in here. It's kind of dirty right now, but there's the little recording booth. We recorded the song Haze, me and Exhale. We recorded that song in this booth here. And so yeah, I get pretty good results from it, but that's it though. I'm sure y'all will be seeing more of that soon as I do more live streams. So we're going back here now. Get this set back up. All right. This table is officially a mess. Yeah, man, that's what I figured. Like, I don't think I need any RGB. I keep getting the words mixed up. I don't want to say LGBT. The RGB. I don't think I need any RGB on here. But I think like a little accent would be cool if I could find the right place to put it. But yeah, I think we'll see how it looks once it's done. RGBT, man. We have my wife's telling me I need to keep the volume down because the baby's sleeping. But we have a highway here called the President George Bush Turnpike. So it's PBGT, and I'm always getting confused. Like I don't want to offend anybody, so I don't want to like say the wrong thing. But it's just funny because like I'm always scared I'm gonna say the wrong acronyms, you know. All right, so they're saying sorry, Mrs. Price. Okay. Cool, I think I'm ready for the thermal paste now. This is gonna go there, like that. Cool. So when I did this back in December, I was like, I just didn't know how much thermal paste to put on there, but I'm glad I found a video giving the right amount. Got the thermal paste right here, man. What do you think? Does that look like about the right amount of thermal paste? That don't do too much. What do you think? That looks about the size of a pea to me. That's what I've heard too. I've heard it's supposed to be about the size of a pea. When you say don't pull a verge, what do you mean by that? Alright, moment of truth, guys. I'm putting this fan on here now. If you know, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm putting this on here. There's one problem. The fans have to come off because I can't get to the screws. So, let me do that real quick. wife was hiding the screwdriver from me. Oh, thank you. I don't think I need that, but that's good, thank you. Oh, I see. I see what you mean on that, Josiah. Yeah. Oh, so you gotta switch out the cooling paste every 12 months? I did not know that. Thanks for that tip. So right now I'm just screwing this this cooler on here right now. So funny story, when I did this in December, I cut my finger because these, like this here on, I don't know if you can see this, but this is pretty sharp. And when I cut myself, like my skin was stuck on here.
That is not the funniest. The dishwasher dirty?
It's dirty, yeah. You made me cringe. That's my wife cringed too when I said that. I just want to make sure these screws aren't on here too tight, because it did say in the instructions not to have it too tight. So I think we're good. I think that's good. So what kind of music are y'all listening to right now? Like, what's your favorite genre? I've been kind of all over the place. Not really listening to dubstep much anymore, which is crazy, but just not catching my attention anymore. There's songs here and there that I still love. Like, I still love the intensity of dubstep, but I don't feel like it's as creative as it used to be. Man, these are the easiest fans to put on a cooler that I've ever experienced. I've had a lot of trouble in the past trying to put a fan on a cooler I had, but that was simple. It doesn't get easier than that. Not Tua, man. They make you pay for their products, but they seems like they make a quality product though. It's not cheap. I got the wrong brand of the fan in December when I bought this, but thankfully I bought it on Amazon so I could just take it back. But this was a lot smoother than the other one that I did. It didn't work. I had to take it off. It didn't screw in right when I did my previous build, but this one worked out pretty good. So y'all are saying, let me see here, I missed a lot in the chat. Josiah said EDM for the win, and Colin, or Dagrith, he said CHH, CEDM, gospel reggae. Hey, do you know who Positive is? He's a really good gospel reggae artist. And Josiah, he said, I have a question. Do you keep in contact with DJ's Disciples? Yeah, man, I'm actually managing the page right now. The previous owner, Chad, gave it over to me. So I want to post more. I started when I took over. I posted a couple times a week, but right now the guy, so Apostle Records, I release with them sometimes. There's a guy on Apostle Records that does graphic design and videos and stuff. And his computer broke, but he just got it fixed. So hopefully when he gets up and running again, I can give him the songs that people submit to me, and then I can have him make videos, or whoever else. I just need somebody to make videos that I can upload, because I don't have After Effects or anything like that for the visualizers. I only have Final Cut Pro, and you can't do that in there. So yeah, man, I manage DJ's Disciples. I want to get that page up and running. Hopefully, eventually, we'll have like an upload every day. But just for now, like, I think it's realistic to have at least one upload a week once I get somebody to help me out with the videos. It's nice. So yeah. Oh man, you said you'll make some? Man, I might have to take you up on that offer. You said, but I'll make them less complex, and next time I can spend some, next time I can't spend so much time on my hobbies. Yeah, so just a simple video, man. So Dagrith, Colin is his real name, but he made my video for endurance. If you want to look that up on my YouTube page, it's a crazy video, like super psychedelic, super complex video. He made that, but you're saying if you can help me out with some simple videos, I don't need anything crazy for DJ's Disciples. I just need, like, people submit songs to me, but I can't post them because I don't have a video. Yeah, Josiah, endurance. Dagrith, he made that video. I think I posted that. I think it's been about a year since I released that song. So Josiah, when you said EDM, like that's like, do you mean like 4 to the floor, like 130 BPM, or what exactly do you mean by that? Do you just mean like all genres of EDM, or what exactly do you mean? You said just EDM, just general EDM and dubstep. Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm still, like, I still love EDM, but for some reason I've just been getting away from it. I don't know. It's just not captivating my attention anymore. I'm sure there's there's songs out there that are really good still, but I just haven't been on SoundCloud as much. I guess really like I haven't been searching for new music, but I've been creating a lot more. So I guess that's a good thing. Instead of being a consumer, I've been creating more music. So I've been making a ton of hip hop beats, trying to do a couple songs with hip hop artists, and just get into the beat game a little bit, so I could start making a little bit of income off of that. Alright, I think I'm gonna put in this NVMe card. Well, I guess I don't have to do that yet. Let me do that later. Let me try to get this. So now that we got the RAM in, we got the cooler in, we got the CPU in, let me try to get this thing in the case right now. Because I think that's the process. So yeah, man, it's just I'm just trying to I guess I'm just really trying to do this music thing, you know, like you're gonna see me post a lot more on YouTube. I don't really know what direction I want to go in, but I think it would be awesome to have like a self-sustaining YouTube channel that I can make income off of, and then have artists come over to my house and record, you know, sessions of creating music together, and then also just, man, eventually just using my gift to reach people who don't know God, you know, through music. But I mean, obviously the music has to be good first for that to happen. I mean, or maybe it doesn't, but I mean, I want the music to be good, captivate those people's attentions, and just glorify God to do that. But it would just be awesome to have my own YouTube channel with where I can get paid off of that and have people come through and we create songs together, and that would be so cool. Yeah, man, I feel you. He does do some crazy things for music, for sure. Just plugging my phone in right now. You're saying, do I know Everett Maxwell? I know him online. I'd never met him before. He's been super nice to me. You know, every time I reach out to him with like a production question, because his mix downs, man, they are just like spot on. Like his mix down sounds so good, you know. Every time I've reached out to him and I have like a question to ask him, man, he's always super kind and always answers me in length about what I'm asking about. So yeah, but I don't like know him personally, and I can't say I'm like the best of friends with him, but we released on the same label, and I've talked to him on Facebook, you know. So yeah, Everin, man, he's like, his sound design is just crazy, and his mix downs are just insane too, and he's got it. He's got a bright future for sure. Put up this thermal paste here so I don't get it all over the table. But yeah, man, like going back to music, like about what we're talking about, music and stuff. I mean, I'm inspired by so many different genres. Like, I guess that's kind of, I mean, maybe it's a good thing, because it's a bad thing because I don't know exactly what I want to pursue, but I think it's a good thing in that it makes my music different, because I'm just inspired by so many different things, you know. So I feel like my music comes out sounding different because it's a product of who I've been inspired by, you know, if that makes sense. Okay, so Josiah, you're saying do the NVMe right now? Okay, I'll take your advice on that. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly which slot to put this thing in, but I guess I'll find out. There's 2 different slots. I guess I should consult the manual. That would be a good idea. Just trying to see exactly, I mean, if it makes any difference or not, which slot I put the hard drive in. Alright. Just, you're saying whatever is closer to the CPU. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure that's how to do it. It doesn't make much of a difference. Okay. I mean, I guess when I get into the BIOS and stuff, I guess I just have to know which one it's actually in. So I'm gonna take your advice, and I'm going to put it closest to the CPU, so it would be this one. I'm glad you happened to hop in on this live stream, man, because it's been helpful, you know, getting your tips. I mean, it's all, I would have had to, like, look stuff up, and it just taken me longer. Cool. Alright. Hey, Paradox, man. Thanks for joining in. How are you doing tonight? I am almost wrapping this up right now. It's almost time for me to get to bed. But yeah, just building a computer here, getting help from some of these nice people helping me out. I mean, so it looks like there is and it seems like the instructions in the manual says to screw it down here first, and then put this thing back on. So I think there's like a little sticky thing that or a little tab I have to remove to expose the sticky part, and then stick that on there. You said you're glad I'm consulting the manual? Yeah, man, I mean, I really don't have anything else except for you helping me out. I mean, I have to read the manual. So I just realized from reading the manual that I think this little standoff screw is supposed to screw this NVMe solid state hard drive down, and then I could put this cover back on and use the screw that was on there for this part. So I'm not sure if I did that last time. Okay, yeah, I think that's what this is here. Yeah, Paradox, you're saying, man, all the computer people are joining in. I'm glad y'all are here with me doing this. So you're saying what I was explaining about the screws are right. So this was included with the motherboard. It seems to be, they're calling it the standoff screw. I'm gonna put this down. Yep, that fits perfect. So that has to be it. That's gonna screw down the NVMe hard drive. So that's pretty solid on there. And then now there seems to be a little sticky tab to remove, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Have y'all seen that on other motherboards, like a sticky tab over the solid state hard drive like that? Josiah, you said if I do another live stream building this, I hope you could be there, or you hope you could be there. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna finish this tonight. I might try to do it tomorrow. We'll see. Josiah, do I have you on social media at all, like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that? If not, add me or shoot your info down there, and I'll send you a friend request or something. So Paradox, you said leave it on. I think it's a thermal pad. Oh, so okay. So let me just make sure here. So I took this off of this. I guess I could pull the other one just to show you. Are you saying I need to put that plastic piece back on? Oh, okay. Paradox. You're saying just peel the blue off, right? Because that's what I did. I was scared I wasn't supposed to peel it off after you said that. I'm just opening this up so you can see. So this is with the blue on. Like this blue tab is still on the other NVMe slot. So that's that's how it was. And then I peeled that part off. So you're saying that I was supposed to peel that part off, right? Cool, yeah. Just peel it off. Okay, that's awesome. That's what I did. Let me screw this back on here. So I think I'm just gonna get the motherboard in there and then call it a night. I mean, we've been going for almost 100 minutes. I mean, I don't think that's not too bad for getting as much done. I unboxed everything and got the hard drive in, the RAM, the cooler, and the CPU. That's not too bad, but I couldn't have done it without y'all. Y'all really helped me out. Or I couldn't have done it in that quick amount of time. I would have eventually got it, but it would have taken me a lot longer. Cool, it's back. Are you back on? Can you see everything? Alright. Time to put the motherboard in there. Now, one thing I am kind of confused about is the little screws on the motherboard. I can't remember which screws I used for that. I don't see any in here in the packet or in the motherboard box. Or maybe the motherboard doesn't get screwed down, I don't know. Oh, it goes this way here. Okay, cool. So there's standoffs you put into the case. Yeah, so the standoffs are in the case already. Yeah, my case is built with standoffs, but the thing is that I don't know where the screws are for this motherboard to be screwed into those standoffs. I'll have to figure that out, but can y'all see inside of here? Or is the angle not very good? I'll have to figure out where those screws are, if I have them, or what the deal is with that. See, this will go this way here. There's some plastic on the motherboard that I'm taking out right now. You said, Paradox, you said not the best. It's not the best that the case came with standoffs. Is that what you're saying? Oh, the camera angle is not the best. Okay, I got you. I can fix that though. I can fix that real quick. I'm sure y'all are tired of seeing my face by now, right now anyway. There we go. Get a little bit more light going too. Should be better. All right, I think that will be a lot better. Cool. So, let's try to. So what happened here? I was peeling off this plastic, but I can't get to it unless I take off this fan. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I don't think it's good to have some random plastic floating around in the computer. It's like, I don't know why they made it so, like, stuck under here. They really stuck this plastic, like, underneath this part. Alright, I think I got it. How many computers have y'all built? This is my second one I've ever built in my whole life. Dang, 15? That's crazy. Oh, Paradox, you're saying, yeah, so this is not my first build, but the last time I built a computer was at least 10 years ago, so I'm kind of rusty. And I did have a similar build in December, but I had to end up taking the parts out and just taking them back because I didn't have enough time to finish it, so. Dang, 50, that's a lot. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, now that I got the plastic taken off here, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this around and try to get this in here. There's like a little wire for the fan here. I made this mistake last time. I got the motherboard put in and then it was stuck. So I had to make sure I pull this out. Alright, I think it's good to go. So I got, if you can see that there, I think I got this part lined up pretty good. I think it's in place. The holes look lined up, the standoff holes and on the motherboard. It looks like they're lining up pretty good. The only problem is that I need to figure out about the screws. So we got the motherboard in there, the fan, the coolers, the RAM, the solid state hard drive. What would y'all suggest I do next? The power supply tomorrow? I'm not gonna do, maybe the power supply and the graphics card. Hey Paradox, thanks for joining, man. I'll catch you next time, okay? See you, Colin. I'll catch you later, man. I'm actually about to start wrapping it up here too pretty soon, because it's your boy's bedtime. Yeah, man, I think this is, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. Let me get my camera down. Yeah, so this is what I have so far. I don't have the motherboard screwed in, but this is not going anywhere and nobody's gonna be here to mess with it. So I think I'm just gonna try to figure that out tomorrow. You know, here's all the boxes and stuff, tools. Here's an up close look of the graphics card, the Sapphire. Yeah, I'll probably put that in there tomorrow. So we got the hard drives done, the motherboard done, the processor, just got the power supply to put in and the graphics card. So yeah, man, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for Josiah, thanks for helping me. Colin, thanks for helping me. Paradox, thanks to everybody who tuned in, and hopefully this is just the start of getting this computer built and doing a lot more live streams like this, where I won't be doing, you know, music stuff. I mean, I won't be building computers all the time, but I'll be actually creating some cool stuff for y'all. So that's a wrap. I'm gonna get ready for bed, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.